Edge Radio.
It's Edge Radio Australia. A very, very great time to be alive, quite frankly. Always a great time when this gentleman's in the building. It is the Ordinary Guy. How are you, mate?
Well, I am really, really sore.
You're sore. I'm sniffly.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, look. Mr. Quatermain, come on. Why are you sore?
I actually had to put a roof on this week.
Oh, you mean a builder had to build, had to work hard?
I had to go and put a roof on because I couldn't find anybody to come and put a roof on.
Oh, if you're looking for a job, okay, that's where we should go.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, this show, of course, is The Ordinary Guy. We talk about, so many things. We always start these days with a little bit of a naughty. We start talking about the current affairs of what's going on, and then we'll talk about building and the great shortage of staff, how hard it is to get actually people on the tools these days.
Oh, mate.
But, okay, what is your beef today?
Well, did you see what happened this week? We had the budget brought down just to show us thing. And this man is sitting there pro-esque with his chest pumped out telling you how he's spending your money through the rest of the world.
Unbelievable.
And with millions and billions of dollars going out of the country and with no thought of our homeless, our roads.
That's right.
No thought of our infrastructure. No thought about you and us. No thought about the fact that we are being taxed more now than ever before. How wrong is that?
It's very wrong indeed. Honestly, look, the thing is, I actually want to take this opportunity to make an announcement, if I may. Okay?
Yes.
Of a new business partner we have here at Edge Radio Australia. His name's Albo, and he owns 47% of Edge Radio Australia now, which is great. Isn't it fantastic, mate?
47.
That's how much they're taking.
Realise,
come on.
I've just realised that's how much they're taking from my business.
That's exactly right. Now, and clearly, no, I would never be business partners with that man. Not a chance in the world. But that's what all the memes that are going on. Okay, everybody who's in business, we've had enough. We have had enough.
Oh, look.
Down the barrel of the camera on this one. Albo, guess what, mate? You're not welcome anymore. Albo must go. He has been the worst prime minister in this country's fine history. And when you say that, you're talking about like the illustrious bad prime ministers, like Gillard, an absolute monster who is right now the Gillard is the absolute cause of what is a woman and all of these things and women not being recognised in the economy and in the world.
She was the Australian representative to the New World Order as the spokesperson for Australia, and you're like, well, what?
Yeah.
You know, like leave politics, go and get a job, but don't keep preaching about it.
They've got a great history. Okay, they come from the great ones like Whitlam. All right, okay. So when you now when I talk to people and I want to know where they are at in their life, right? Okay. I'm going to ask them about their politics because if they voted for Labor in the next election, if they vote for Labor in the upcoming election, I know that the conversation needs to end because clearly you're mentally ill, right?
I saw a really good meme the other day on Facebook. It says, the human brain does not switch off. It is so clever. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year until you vote Labor.
Yeah, that's it. Then it's over.
And then it's dead.
But yeah, look, the budget that came through, I think everybody's had a word about it. We've certainly talked about it a bit, but you and I directly haven't. The fact of the matter is they are destroying this country. If you bring 500,000 immigrants into the country that don't have anywhere to stay, they've got no homes, they've got no jobs, they go straight on the welfare. And yes, I know that's not everybody, yada, yada, yada. And I know I'm the son of a brown immigrant. I'm the son of literally a political refugee, right? And so it's not a racial thing. It's a fact of this country and the people who already live here deserve more. We deserve the paradise that Australia should and was.
I found out, I'm looking into my past a little bit.
Yep.
I've discovered that my great-great-grandfather was in World War I and World War II.
Okay.
Now, that's how you get property given to you in Katanning, Woodnelling. Okay? So when they came back from the services, they granted you a service loan and you were able to buy property.
Right.
They did the same in America, and the Americans never got their money. It's interesting. There was another war after the war, and it was held on the grounds of the Parliament in America because they never got their money, and they actually brought the current soldiers in to remove the old soldiers. It's a nasty story. That one.
Well, something I need to look into. Obviously.
Yeah, no, I'll follow that one through for you one day.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing is that my father, and I've got two dads that served. Okay,
sure.
So my stepfather was in Ramey.
Yep.
My father and my stepfather was in. Sorry, my father was in Ramey. My stepfather was in the Nashos.
Yeah.
My brother's a SAS. I'm a SAS, right?
Okay.
Saturdays and Sundays. I was in the reserves.
Yeah.
So we've served. My mother and father-in-law both served in World War II. Dad was a musician in the army.
Right.
Mum was a temporary nurse, so she helped people out and that sort of stuff. So we've got all this. For what reason?
To me, right now, what's happening in this country is the greatest disrespect of those who fought for this country.
Yeah.
We have Anzac Day and oh, geez, do we see some mighty amazing virtue signalling when it comes to that day. Anzac Day is, in my mind, the most sacred day in our nation, all right? It really is. It should be. It is the day that we should be thinking about those who have sacrificed so much, and to be in the mess that we're in right now. And as I say, I'm sitting here and like people can go, oh, he's racist. Yeah, okay, I'm racist. Come and look at the skin color of half my family, all right? No, it's not racism. It is love of your country. It is respect for those who fought for it, okay? And it is also protecting the Australian way of life, which is a nice big kind of, I don't know, we're a big
we're
big
multicultural, okay?
We are.
When they brought in the Italians, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They worked the orchards
hard.
They worked hard.
Yep.
When they brought in the Greeks,
yep,
they worked hard. In
True.
fact, did you know that the entire watering system that runs Harvey and all that area, all that aqua system was built during World War II?
Did not know that.
The prisoners of war built that system from Welling Dam all the way down.
Right.
When the war ended, the government gave the people that were the prisoners of war that land because they worked it.
They worked it. They deserved it.
And then when we brought the Vietnamese into this country, remember you drive around Wanneroo and all you see was these hats, you know.
So true.
And for miles. And they were picking strawberries.
Yep.
And they were working hard. And there were 6 or 7 families living in a house. And they worked hard until they got to where they are now. This new lot just seemed to be take. And
they're not adding to the fabric of this nation.
That's
They're
right.
taking. And that is a very, very good point. I think.
And the only reason why he's doing it is because he knows that if he brings them in and he looks after them, they know now that they're going to get their vote.
Well, look, was it Stalin who said basically that, you know, the way to success in a socialist and a communist society is pretty much what you do is you take, if one man's got $500, you take that $500 from him and you distribute it, with 5 people. And guess what you've just done? You've gained 4 votes.
That's right.
That's what you've done.
For this year.
Yes.
Next year, right,
Yes.
or the next time, that $5 will be back with one person.
Correct.
And then that's when it changes again. So we're going to go through this. Look, Pauline Hanson won Farah by 40%. Not by 40%. She got 40% of the vote.
Yes.
39 point something.
Huge.
There was all this controversy, all of the newspapers, everything's going on about, they're going to have to do a discussion with the Liberal Party to allow them to get into Parliament, right? Didn't happen. Didn't need a help.
No, that's right.
And
that's right.
If that's what's coming, hang on.
Well, okay, this is where I'm going to go a little personal angle on this one, right? I hear all the time, and I run for One Nation, so I've got no issue there with saying that, and I'm very comfortable with promoting their message. Because guess what? Pauline's message has been the same for 30 years.
Yep.
She hasn't deviated. She hasn't gone with the latest trends or what's going to get the votes.
Yep.
Now, so many people within that party I know personally, and I know a lot of people from different political parties. So it's not just I'm not stuck in a fishbowl here, right? But Pauline is the real deal.
You are.
Well, I am to a degree.
Sorry.
There is a lot of glass around here. But my point is, if whatever you think of me, I can say this right from the heart, okay? I have met Pauline, I have spent time with Pauline, and I believe her and I trust her. And my instinct is to do so. Malcolm Roberts is one of, without doubt, the greatest Australians I have ever met. And, having to pick up the phone and give the man a call right now, he is an absolute champion, incredibly clever. I've been dealing with Tyron for a while now as well. So many good people. And you know why the difference here? They haven't got into politics because they want to be politicians.
No.
They've got into politics because they love Australia.
That's right. They want to fix this problem.
Spot on.
I said to someone the other day, they said, why did you come out of retirement?
Yeah.
I says, because I'm disgusted with what's going on.
Yeah.
I cannot stand what's happening, and I can't stand by not doing it, and I need income to do it.
Yeah.
Just to be able to support everything. So I've come out of retirement to rebuild, and then my thing is to build communities.
Sure.
Little communities of people, like-minded people that want to buy and sell property.
All right, on that front, because we've gotten very political, and we could keep doing that because that's kind of
who we are.
Yeah, it is who we are. Because we care, because we're passionate,
Yep.
and passion is good. Okay, live your life with passion. It's so bloody important. All right, all that aside. But we're talking about improving Australia,
Yep.
right? So hang on, let me flip into this. Let's talk about the property market. Let's not just talk about building new homes and things, okay? Let's talk about renovating, adding value to these things, right? What can you tell me about that in your space as a professional builder?
Who wants to know how to avoid capital gains tax? I'll tell you now. Do you want to know how to do it?
Tell me.
Don't sell.
Oh, that's the secret.
If you don't sell the property, right, you don't pay tax at this stage.
That's a very good point. Now, hang on.
And I can tell you now, the baby boomers have been doing it for years.
Yeah. And reinvesting in yourself and the home that you live in, because, of course, you've got the tax breaks on the family home.
If the property market drops, I will still make money. If the property market rises, I make money.
I like that system. Tell me more.
Because when the property market drops, what you can do is you can do renovation or a renovation to bring it back to value.
Sure.
And get a new value. So you're still making money.
Yeah.
When it turns around and comes back, you're making even more money. Okay. So you can so the issue always comes down when you're looking at, so you're getting out there, you're looking at a property, you're not emotionally attached to it, you're looking at what the options are, what can I do with it? So these are the questions that I have for myself. Is it an improvement? Yeah. And we'll go a bit deeper into each one of these. Is it a renovation? Is it an additional house? Is it a subdivision?
Right.
Or is it a development? Okay. And those are the questions that you're asking yourself. The next question that you're going to ask yourself is, what's it for? Are we looking at holding?
Yep.
Are we looking at selling? Are we looking at flipping? Are we looking at what can we do with it? Can we do with HMO?
HMO.
We'll come back to that in a minute.
Jeez, he likes to leave me hanging, doesn't he?
Look absolutely. HMO is my favourite right now.
Okay.
It's an opportunity for all of us to help to solve some of the problems, okay? So let's go. Let's have a look at the word improvement.
Okay.
When we do an improvement, what do you think that might be?
Giving the pace, go to paint, putting a new kitchen, bathroom maybe.
Maybe putting some roll on lawn, a little bit of at the front, making the street appeal.
Street appeal is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe putting a paint on the roof, sealing the roof, getting the roof redone. That's it.
Right.
All right. So for those little jobs, if you can flip one of those or get one of those and increase the value of your property by, let's say, $20,000, $30,000, that's $20,000 or $30,000 worth of equity.
True.
Do you remember when we sold Telstra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We were all up in arms. We didn't want to sell Telstra. The interesting part about selling Telstra is that the Australian government make more money now from the tax.
From the tax, okay.
Okay, so they tax that company and they're actually making money, but no overheads. So you've got to have office full of people.
Right, yeah, it's all profit.
It's all profit,
yeah,
So that's what tax is, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. But we all complained that once we sold Telstra, the asset was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So when you've got a house and you decide to sell that house, that asset is now gone.
True.
You're now in the market to buy something else. So why sell it? Because you're up for capital gains tax, you're up for all these things. If you structure it properly, you can, offset and all that.
And a lot of times you've set down your roots, right? I mean, you love the area. You know where the local hardware place is. You know
once again, you're not emotionally involved in your investment properties.
Oh, good point.
Okay, so what you just did then was you brought on the emotional side.
I do that.
Yeah, that's it. I'll give him a tissue. That's only because his nose is blowing. So what you just did there is you threw in the emotion.
Yeah.
So you're not there for the This is a mathematical equation always.
Okay.
How does it best serve me? How does it best serve you, each property?
So hard, though, to separate yourself from the emotions, right? When it's the family home.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Family homes are...
Yeah, you go on.
Keep the family separate.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my family investments,
which,
believe it or not, I've set it up so they can never be sold.
Okay, clever.
All right,
so
yeah. And did you know that most trusts, or all the trusts that are out there, have a life expectancy of 81 years. At the end of 80 years, they cannot be renewed. they have to be sold, the asset, or you've got to be sold and then reset up to the new thing. Then the government get all their taxes and everything and all their things. If you do a 21-year renewable trust, which is what I've set up, it renews itself every 21 years.
Okay. So
it's a renewable trust. It doesn't have the 80-year limit.
Yeah.
So it can go for hundreds of years. So I've got my family home.
But, at the 21-year mark, do you pay a lot of fees?
No, you just do the renewal.
Okay.
So you just flip the contract, and then you can add your new owner. So for us, let's say in 21 years, I've gone, my wife's at home, she can put the boys in there, and the boys can carry the house on for the next 21 years. And if it gets to a point where it doesn't end, you can set it up with a lawyer to complete.
Okay.
And you put it with a law firm.
To end it. All right. I'm going to wind the clock back a little bit in the conversation. So you've got your home.
Yeah.
And, you do like where you live, and the emotional side of things, you got it all sus kind of thing. But you don't – let's just talk about I want to avoid capital gains tax. Yeah, the thing, when last week or whatever it was, not that long ago when they had the budget and then we found that Albo reached even further through our pockets and gave us a little tickle. Yeah, okay. We want to avoid that tax because within it and the way it's been structured is also a death tax. You just talked about your children. You're talking about the fact that you wish to leave them an inheritance. Well, those grubby, bloody Labor politicians have got their hands right now in your kids' inheritance. That's a fact.
Yes, but not if you structure it.
Exactly. So structuring is incredibly important. I think we should talk about that.
We won't be doing that today.
I realise that.
Subject.
I do.
And I'm probably going to do that individually online. So later on when we get sort of into more of this, I'm going to invite people to come along and we're going to talk about how we're going to structure this in such a way. Right. But at the moment, when I was a child, they used to say that South Africa was going to have to tax itself 50% to cover the other 50% that didn't work. Well, we don't have 50% unemployment here. Mm-hmm. We don't have 50%. So we're giving all our money away to other countries to offset them, to help them out for some reason. But we're not going to have to. So let's go back to improvements. Right? We've done improvements.
Yep.
So we know that it's just little things, clean up, wash the windows, make it look pretty, present the house better. The next part, and whether or not you're going to keep that property, so that's going to go up in value.
Yeah.
So you can either get a revaluation done at that point.
Okay.
And then go back to the bank or the lending institute and say, hey, listen, I've got another $60,000 of value on that property without selling it, using it as security for another property.
Okay. Yep.
So that's what we're talking about here, and don't sell. Or if you're going to do that flip, right, which I don't see how people can really make lots of money out of flips because of the amount of tax that's involved. Because flips usually happen within 12 months.
Yeah.
So that you're going to –
massive capital gains.
Absolutely, unless you've structured under a company like I have, and you're a builder. Okay. Then you can offset your building.
That makes things more complicated. I have noticed before, I just got a little sign that came up on the screen. People who are watching on my personal account or through Edge Radio Australia Facebook account, fantastic. If you do wish to, unfortunately, we can't see your comments is what I'm getting at. If you want to actually get a comment up on the screen, best place to go is our Edge Radio Australia YouTube page. Could do the old like and subscribe. I'll get you. I've got the flu. Give me a break. Subscribe thing. And
still wants that tissue.
No, it's getting me through.
Yeah.
But I love for things to be interactive. We've had a couple of comments come up, which is great. But unfortunately, the powers that be, believe it or not, Facebook don't actually really like people connecting as much as you might think. So YouTube is probably a better option as well.
That's why it's called a publication now.
Yes, exactly right.
It is a publication because they can control what goes in and
out. That's right. Yeah, anyway, sorry, mate. I didn't mean to do this, but I
think it's a good opportunity right now while we're talking about that, that we're actually sponsored by the 1111 gold-backed crypto coin.
How good is that, right?
Yeah, so you can come and get that on Ultraverse.
Right.
And just go online and look up Ultra.
Cool.
That's All Trade. That's ALLTRA.
Yep.
Ultraverse. And, get yourself some gold-backed crypto.
There you go.
So they're funding us and sponsoring us at the moment.
We're not here for financial advice, but I tell you what, if they're supporting you, it's always a good thing, right?
Oh, that's the secret to my success, actually. But anyway, we'll talk about it another time. So let's get into – so we look at what a reno is.
Yep.
No. So we look at what an improvement is.
Well, I thought you were going into reno
and then we're going to go into renovations.
Yeah.
Now, renovations are where you take out the kitchen, do the bathroom, maybe, all the internal stuff. So it's all – so you don't need a license to take out a bathroom. You don't need a license to do – but you do need a licensed plumber and you do need a licensed electrician.
Yep. And
you're supposed to have a licensed painter for any job over $200.
Okay, which is every job.
Every job. Yeah. But if you're doing it yourself, because of the Bunnings system and all that, you can do it yourself. Okay? So that's called a renovation. Once again, you increase the value of the property by, say, 60 to 80,000 with an input of, say, 20 to 30,000, and then you secure that to buy another property. Or you sell it, whichever one you want to play.
But the property you buy is the one you don't get the emotional attachment
That's right.
That's the one that you spend the time and you run through the equations. You go, okay, what do I need to do? What improvements are going to give me the greatest gains?
Look, I'm doing my own private one now, private personal home, right?
Okay, yep.
$680,000 is $650,000 was our purchase price.
Okay.
I'm spending about $200,000 on the renovation, $100,000 on the shed out the back.
Most important part of the house.
Yes, that's right, with my rally cars stacked away under cotton balls. Cotton wool? No. And just trying to say that because my wife's listening. She is listening. Love you, honey. So and then the retail value of that property is going to go to 1.2 to 1.8 million.
It's a huge bit of growth there. Right?
Absolutely, because we've finished the property.
Yeah.
So and all the gardens are done, and it looks, it's just the end product.
Sure.
That is security that you can use for an equity for borrowing more property.
Okay.
So everything is borrowing security, equity for more property.
Yeah, and the people who are really good at this are the ones who really embrace that theory of it. Okay, and they hold on to their original home.
Yep. So that's a full reno.
Okay. Now with those, and pardon my ignorance on this one. So for a tax, and again, I don't want to give financial advice. I'm certainly not qualified to do so, and this is not what we're about.
You're just as qualified as the financial advisors. They've got a pulse.
They've got a pulse, exactly right. And when I hear what the financial advisors, some of them are up to, you think maybe you should come and talk to me. But anyway, no, but I think, say if you're renovating a place, so you've got your home and then you buy another place for investment purposes. With that place, do you keep it over 12 months? So that you deliberately avoid paying the extra capital gains? Is that something
not really going to make any difference? You've got to structure yourself properly.
Okay.
So basically you buy it under a company, you run it as a company, you then run your capital losses, you do all your accountancy stuff. Yes, I have a good accountant, and you work your way through it.
Okay.
All right. And you build capital losses, by the way. It's another story.
Okay.
But as a building company, we build capital losses because we've got to offset. Otherwise, you can't survive. So then you've got your house, and you've now made a decision whether or not you're going to do an improvement or a renovation. The next part of that is, I think this house would warrant itself to putting a granny flat on it. Yeah. So that's adding an addition.
Yep.
Putting a second story on, that's an addition. So you're looking at whatever those additions are, then add the value. The value then raises the value by more.
Sure.
Because it's got more potential for more income.
And you've got a passive income too if you've got a granny flat.
That's right. What I'm doing now with my granny flats is I'm designing them so that they are actually pre-fenced inside the boundary of the property.
Yep.
So that they have their own private access.
That's what you want.
But a lot of them don't. So
really?
You walk through the patio, and you know what I mean. You don't have that privacy to the front house. Okay. So I'm running that separate private access, and I'm doing all the concrete all the way through, so that it all flows and everything flows.
Yep.
And then, you should see the one we're doing at the moment. It's an amazing house. It's beautiful.
Whereabouts is this one?
19 Britannia Way. Come on over, drop in. You're free to have a look. Britannia Way in Baldivis Way. What's it called? Okay. Britannia is in over near Baldivis. Anyway. Okay. So you're more than welcome to come and have a look. It's a beautiful little granny flat, but it's high end, really high end, high ceilings, lots of big space on an 80 square metre thing. I'm doing another one in Helena Valley, would you believe, which is an 80 square metre granny flat.
Sure.
It's got a 200 square metre footprint, 3.6 metre verandas.
Damn, that's not a granny flat, mate.
I know, but if you understand the rules, you can play the rules. And
that's right. Yeah, look at the rules, interpret the rules, and exploit them.
But understanding what those people wanted those properties for. So the first one, it's over at the Baldivis Way.
Yep.
That house was designed for their mother-in-law.
Okay.
She's not coming.
All right.
She's staying in Canberra with them at the moment.
Right.
So now it's going to be open to the thing. Everybody wants to rent this little granny flat out. It's an amazing little studio. Beautiful. The other one was designed for a artist who likes to sit on the veranda overlooking the valley doing artwork. So she needed that extra space around the verandas. And she's got a cow. Like these, you remember those cows that were all done up in that sort of Indian sort of look? And they had them all through the
sacred cows.
Yeah, that's right. all through the airport and everything.
Yeah.
This was the lady that did that, right? She's
Wow.
she's got those cows in her garden now, some of them. It looks really, really funny. Like, it's really cool, like all these speckled cows, and understanding that. The other thing that you've got to look at a property now and think, okay, is it subdividable?
Right. That's a biggie these days.
Absolutely. Is it subdividable? Can I get a second dwelling, full dwelling on the back?
Yep.
That's going to take time.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through the times in a minute, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. And then the last one, is the property so big that it's a redevelopment? I'm doing 2 of those over in Gosnells right now, where I'm about to emerge 2 3-unit sites into 7.
Ooh.
So I go 2 7, so 6, put them together, and I get 7 blocks.
Wow.
And we're going to sell those 7 blocks off the plan with houses on them on the plan, and we'll get the contracts and we'll start building those and put that in play. Right. Now, that's a 3 to 5 year plan. Yes. That one. So if you look at the beginning, you go improvements between 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, then you're out.
Okay.
If you're doing a renovation,
yep,
you're looking at 4 to 8 weeks to 3 months, then you're out.
I thought the renos would be longer than that.
No. When you're doing alterations,
yep,
then you're looking at 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
When you're looking at doing a subdivision, now you're looking at 12 to 18 months. That's after you can find a builder. Okay. All right. And then you've got your developments, which are now going to run out to 3 to 4 years. So which one should you do? I believe you should be doing a bit of everything. Okay? You should be diversifying and holding the market in different areas. So I'm running all of those things all at the same time.
Mate, that is very, very impressive. I just want to break in on something completely different. I brought up a little screen here, okay, and just because I really believe in the interactive part of what we do, right? I just want to let people know, as I say, we can't see everything that's coming in. So I just want to give you a bit of a list. I won't run through them all, but I'll give you a bit of a list of what's going on. No, you can run through them all.
It's not long.
Okay, this is literally people right now listening on StreamYard, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook pages, Facebook profiles, LinkedIn, Twitter, Kick, Hoppin', which I didn't even know what that is. So apparently we go there as well. Right, that gives you a bit of an idea of what's going on at the moment. So why I mentioned that list is because we can, as I say, only see some of the feeds. So if you come through our public Edge Radio Australia Facebook page, we can see your comments there, and also the YouTube page. I love the interaction. This is what's missing in my mind with media today.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't want to sit here and talk at you. Okay, we want to have a conversation. This is what we do now. We don't have interviews. We have conversations.
You see that on every day at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, whatever time the news comes on. They only tell you snippets of what you want to hear, what they want you to hear.
Yeah.
Here, we want to be able to interact with you and let you hear what you want to hear and talk to us about what you want.
Yeah.
And that way. So, and if you've got a problem with our building construction, you feel free to give me a call. I don't mind having a look at a house, finding out what's going on. Do you know how many times I've been to there's this thing called Shonky Builders online.
Right.
I often get them ringing me up and asking me to come look at a property. 9 times out of 10, there's not a problem. It's your interpretation of the problem.
Okay. You want to explain that a little further for me? Give me an example.
They've done the best they possibly can.
Okay.
with what they've designed.
Okay.
You know, they've used a tile that probably shouldn't have been used on a roof.
Right.
You know,
and a lot of people don't take the advice on board.
No.
And look, when you're employing an expert, take their advice. They have seen what's been done. They see what works, what doesn't work. What you're paying for the service is not about what they're building. It's also their experience. Okay, their know-how.
This is a true
and
fact.
The guidance.
This is a true fact. Okay,
how
they determined what a crack in the wall was.
Right.
They then set up they had a stairwell going up into the court. So they got an artist in, and he very lightly drew a pencil line crack up there, and they put hidden cameras.
Right.
And there was no reaction.
Okay.
And every day they then just made it slightly thicker.
Okay.
And it took till about 2 or 3 millimeters before somebody realised.
Okay. Was it Karen? Was it always Karen? It's always Karen.
No, I don't know who it was. It could be. But it was at that point when they determined what point that people could actually see what a fault was.
There you go.
So, and I've done a lot of work with the BRB, the Builders Registration Board, and I've had lots of, as a builder, you spend a lot of time when you're dealing with clients. I don't deal with clients anymore. I don't have any clients. I have companions and friends that are and community that we build with, and but the clients they would start off with something small like there's this little ding in the wall, and by the time you got to the court centre, that ding was a semi-trailer had hit the side of the. It's like, what the heck, It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they kept finding more and more and more because they're disgruntled, because they didn't take a breath to realize that, hey, all this stuff could be fixed under communication.
Yeah, communication is the key, man. It really is.
Just talk to us. We would go and fix it.
Well, look, enough talking, okay? We've been talking a lot, and we need to wrap up in just a little while. So what are your closing kind of thoughts, mate? Or not even maybe, look, I won't even close you off there. Are there any issues that you really want to bring forward before we close out the show?
When you're looking at a property, determine what you want the property to be used for.
Okay.
So we're just doing one right now where the rental income is $1,000 a week.
Right.
When I finish renovating it into a HMO, which is a house of many occupants,
right,
each of the rooms are going to be really big. It's got its own bathroom. It's actually got its own little kitchenette, like to make a coffee and tea.
Yep.
That rental income will go to $3,500 a week.
Okay. I didn't know we were going to go there. I'm so glad because I've actually I've got a mate who's involved in this business as well. Actually, two mates. There you go. But
have you got two friends?
Two. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They work in stereo. Look at that.
Oh.
But he's dealing a lot with that, and so many people are finding this is a way into the market, mate. Yeah. Because let's face it, buying a whole home is very damn expensive now. So, and people are, they're tokenizing homes now as far as through crypto. People are buying homes through crypto and literally buying a piece of real estate for $50 to get into the game. But you need somewhere to live. Now, these houses you're talking about, so you've kind of got your own privacy. You've got your own, they're like, as I understand, they're like the locks are very secure, all of that.
Absolutely. You need key codes to get in and all that.
Yeah, so you've got your own privacy, your own space, but you're not paying for the stuff that you barely ever use.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've got, in this particular house, we're actually going to finish up with 2 full-time kitchens.
Right.
With 7 occupants. Okay. They don't want to go more than 6 or 7, okay?
Okay.
It starts to get a little bit hard on the people,
Yeah, I can imagine.
My son lives in one now. It's a student accommodation. It's about 14 people in there. It's really hard.
Right. On a side note, the 2 kitchen thing is a really, really good idea, I tend to think.
Because we turned the carport into the kitchen.
Is that right?
And it's not, so we've had to take out the center of the ceiling. So the your ceiling height's got to be 2,400, right?
Yep.
2.4 high. The ceiling heights of a carport are usually 2.1. So you got to raise the center. So what we did is we just went around with a ruler, measured up 1 meter all the way around.
Yep.
Took out the center of it, and then lifted everything up inside of it and changed all the shape of the beams to fit.
Wow. And obviously you put bigger beams into the structure.
To offset. Of course. To offset. And then you get the average is 1 point. It's 2.1. So you got no problems with ceiling height. So you've got all your requirements.
Sure.
In fact, this particular house has got a double lock-up workshop next door, single brick.
Right.
And that actually took 2 more rooms.
Is that right?
And they're big rooms. And we're talking 7.5 meters, like they're big rooms. 7.2 by 6 meters. So they're quite big rooms.
That's a huge room.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're only estimating value on those at the moment of about $400 a week. The real estate people are saying no, $600 and $700 a week, but it's because people can't find places to stay.
Yeah, well, that needs to be fixed. To me, that's over. I get it, and people want to make money, but my God,
it's not about money. It's about this is the guy that's doing this is not about money.
Yeah.
He's already a very wealthy man.
Good.
He's not doing it for that reason. He's going to keep his rent down because he just wants to have people safe and secure under a roof.
Yep.
Do you know how many women there are? Ladies that are over 50.
Sure.
That their husbands have passed away.
Yeah.
They've sold the house. They've got all this money in the account, but not enough money to buy a house.
Yeah.
And they don't want to buy a house because they don't want to live there on their own.
It's a really good point, mate. I mean, I was just going to make the point that, you do know why husbands die first. Because they want to. No, I'm teasing.
Been there,
done that.
I did.
I think this is really good, especially if you're doing this from a point of view, you've got the home security, okay? You've also got, if you wanted to, there's access to a community there. If you've got
the whole thing the whole renovation is being done by the community.
Love that.
That I've put together.
Love that.
The houses that I'm building now are being built by the community.
Right.
I said to one of the guys the other day, I said, look, I don't have anybody to drag sheets across the roof. So all I need you for a couple of hours. And he's not in a good way. He's got a heart problem.
Okay.
And he comes over and works for 3 or 4 hours. He's a part of the community. Why? Because he knows he's going to get a return on his investment.
Love that.
All right.
Love that. Mate, any other closing sort of thoughts? Because I want to thank everybody, including this man here, for putting up with me and my flu. I just woke up this morning feeling very, very ordinary, so it's a bit of a struggle street. But guess
then
what?
That's it. He's very, very ordinary. I'm the ordinary man.
Sorry, I'm stealing your spot there, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. Fighting over names again. Who's driving today? You or me, Navigator?
It depends if you want to go fast or not, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, I can go sideways, but he can go sideways really slowly.
Oh, you can. You can. Yeah. So you've proven that.
Look, finishing off today, always make sure that you know what your outcome is for your property. Understanding your outcome.
Great bloody point. And perhaps you should work out that very early.
That's right. You do your outcome.
Yep.
Then it creates your budget. Once again, it creates the plan on how you're moving forward. If you're not going to hold the property for a long period of time and avoid stamp duty, and avoid capital gains tax, because that's the secret. My parents never sold their property. 55 years. It's never had a bill on it.
Never?
Never, ever had a bill on it. In other words, it's never had any capital gains on it.
That's amazing.
And it's now locked up, so it could never get it.
And that's how you want to leave it, mate.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for coming in, mate. And thank you for this conversation. And if you want to actually go back and listen to this again, it's available, as I say, on YouTube. It'll be available for the next 30 days on Facebook as well. I think there's some real nuggets of absolute gold in there. And actually on the gold front, that crypto you were talking about before was
1111 Ultraverse. All right.
Okay.
So hop online, have a look at it. Got some questions, follow me back.
Cool.
You can always contact me through Edge Radio, leave an email, and I'll come back to you as quickly as I can. We are building a new website. It's taking a while. I'm sorry that it hasn't happened.
If you're going to build perfection, it's going to take a while, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I built a beautiful home, so why not build a beautiful website?
Oh, look at you. Look at self-promotion 101. I love it. Hey, thanks again for being part of the show. Go back, watch it again, share it with a friend, like and subscribe, all those kind of things, because this is what we're about here. We're about community. You got to build that community, and it starts with you. So thank you very much, and we will catch you very, very soon. Next week, in fact, for The Ordinary Guy here on Edge Radio Australia.
Stay strong.